Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a oil slick skull. So first I'm going to be starting out and covering my entire face with the Mayron white Paradise paint, and I'm using a sponge. It kept getting patchy on me and I'm not really a fan of this white paint. I'm not sure if mine is just old or if I got like a fake one from Amazon or something, but I'm not really a huge fan. I don't recommend it, or maybe I just don't know how to use it properly. And then I set it with the Sugar Pill Taco eyeshadow. Next I'm going in with this paintbrush and I'm starting to paint on the eye sockets with the Mayron black Paradise paint. And I'm just kind of winging this. I'm using like a reference, but I'm just kind of doing what I feel like I want the shape. I wanted quite a bit of black in this look because I will be filling it in with the multichromes. So this definitely isn't an accurate skull. I definitely wanted a larger shape going from my mouth to my ear, just to be able to fill it up with the multichromes. And then just creating two kind of spikes on my nose and filling that in, covering pretty much my entire tip of my nose. So next I'm going to start shading in. And trying to make it look a little bit more dimensional. And for that, I'm going to be using Slated from the ColourPop Smoke Show palette. This shade is the perfect gray to create some depth. So I'm just leaving some white space between the black and the eyeshadow, and I'm tracing around the shapes that I've created, trying to be as precise as I can, but not worrying too much because I will go back in with white paint. And I'm only showing you half of my face because it would have taken forever if I showed you both, and you only really need to see one side, and you really only need to see how I did one side. And then I'm also kind of freehanding some random shading on my cheeks just so that there's like a little bit of something there. Adding some shading onto my forehead. So next I'm going to go back in with white paint on a really tiny paintbrush, and I'm just going to be tracing again the white areas and making them really pop. And then with an eyeliner brush and the black paint, I'm going to be going in and adding a little bit more detail, just some more like cracks on my forehead, and then a little bit of line work on my chin and on my cheeks, just so that there's something visually there and it hints at texture. Next is the part that I was most dreading, and that's the teeth. I hate doing the teeth. I've done a couple of skulls previously and teeth have just always been the hardest for me, but I'm definitely learning every time I go and improving. So again, I'm going in with a tiny paintbrush. This is from Michaels, and I'm just gonna start drawing in the teeth, like just drawing in outlines of the teeth. For this, you want to do a teardrop shape, but with the bottom being more squared off rather than round. So next I'm going to do the shading between the teeth, and I'm going in with the black shadow from the Smoke Show palette called Let's Do It. And I'm only putting that on the very bottom of the teeth because I'm going to be going in with Slated to create a gradient to really create that illusion of, and I'm going to be going back in later and just fixing those teeth and adding some more teeth. For now, I'm moving on to the multi-chrome part, the best part. So I'm starting off on the inner parts of the black areas with Marpesia from Devinah, and I'm using a sponge applicator. I felt like this was the best to apply metallics. And the next shade I used from Devinah was Papilio. These are named after, I think, stages of butterfly evolution. So I'm probably completely butchering these because these are probably Latin or something. And then the last shade I used was Menelaus from Devinah. This was just super easy application. I really liked how small the applicator was, so I was able to get in those edges. And then on the edge there, I added the first shade again and just blended in the best I could, which they blended pretty easily together without getting muddy or weird, which was really good. And now I'm going to be adding more teeth because they just don't end there, you know. And next, I forgot that I wasn't filming, and so this is my neck part, which is also not very accurate, and my vertebrae is definitely connected by a spine, but this is what I did for now. I just really wanted something there to transition in the pictures, not really necessarily too accurate. And again, I used the same shades from Devinah. And then lastly, I added a little bit of shading into the vertebrae. And this is the finished look. I'm so happy how this came out. It was kind of shot in the dark because I wasn't sure if this was going to translate on camera or if they were going to blend together, but they did, and I'm really happy about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.